Sumit Ganguly. He is a distinguished professor of political science at Indiana University in Bloomington. Thanks so much for being with us. First, were you surprised that this clash happened now and claimed, at least 20 lives, or more surprised that it didn't actually happen sooner?
I'm not surprised that it happened because of the eyeball-to-eyeball confrontation that had been taking place from early May. Consequently, an error of judgment on the part of either side could have provoked this particular clash. And since independent reports were already suggesting that China was in occupation of 60 square kilometers of what is deemed to be Indian territory, a clash was virtually inevitable.
Okay, so I have to ask you really about one of the, I'm going to say, more gory details of this clash, and the fact that both countries have confirmed that no guns were used, that all these lives were lost at the hands of these soldiers fighting with sticks and stones and batons, basically. What kind of psychology really is behind that type of fighting? It sounds unique in this context.
It does sound unique, you're quite right. But perhaps neither side has actually used lethal weaponry like rifles or mortars and the like because of the possibility of greater escalation. Tragic as the deaths of these Indian soldiers might be, and also Chinese soldiers. We don't know the Chinese casualties because the PLA makes it a habit not to release casualty figures, but it is believed that substantial numbers of Chinese forces have also died. But it is perhaps a sign of restraint that they have used iron rods and makeshift weaponry to attack each other rather than more conventional weaponry. And despite the loss of life, this might have actually been a restraining force.
Okay. And now, at this point, India and China have both said they hope to resolve this peacefully. If they do, how do you envision that resolution, and when?
I think already some de-escalation is underway, primarily because the foreign ministers of the two sides had a telephonic dialogue. And it required this kind of political intervention to provide sufficient cover for the forces on either side to sort of disengage along the border. The problem is the border still remains unresolved. Both sides have substantial forces deployed along the border. The border is terribly demarcated even after 22 rounds of high-level talks, and consequently, the possibility of another conflict this summer still looms large, I fear.
Okay. Sumit Ganguly, unfortunately, we will have to leave it there. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you.